The Gabonese government on Monday reshuffled its cabinet. It included two key opposition figures as part of the requirements from the post-election national dialogue set up by President Ali Bongo to bring peace to the country. The August 2016 presidential candidate, Pierre-Claver Maganga Moussavou of the SDP, was offered the newly restored vice president's position, while René N'Demezoo Obiang, the former campaign director of embattled opposition leader Jean Ping, was appointed president of the Economic and Social Council.
The new government team is composed of 38 members, including the Prime Minister Emmanuel Ngondet, who confirmed his post. The main allies of the head of state have retained their positions. The Defense Ministry remains in the hands of Etienne Messad Makaga, and the landlord Billy Binze remains Minister of Communication. Pascal Hoangni Ambuhure retains the Oil Ministry, just to mention but a few.
Yes, indeed. Now, joining us over the phone from Libreville is Africanews correspondent Gerald Wilfred Oban-Gomi. Thank you for joining us. Please tell us, how was this reshuffled welcomed in Gabon?
Il faut dire que c'est un gouvernement qui était attendu depuis la fin du dialogue politique organisé par le président Ali Bongo.
It must be said that it is a government that had been expected since the end of the political dialogue organized by President Ali Bongo. Now, how the Gabonese people welcomed it, let's say that there is not so much excitement. This would simply be explained by the fact that, with the exception of a few 3 or 4 ministers,
several opposition figures have been appointed to ministerial and institutional posts. Should we see this as a willingness of Ali Bongo to work with everyone, or just simply a strategy to destabilize the opposition in the country?
I would respond with an affirmative statement to your first question, but the other obvious question would be, who is everyone? Remember that at the end of the presidential election of 2016, Ali Bongo had appealed to the opposition and other forces of Gabon to sit down and discuss the actions to be taken for the political, social and economic future of the country. Some responded to this, and others, in the example of the supporters of the opposition leader Jean Ping, did not take part. So you will have understood, and the Prime Minister Emmanuel Ngondet, when answering the questions of journalists, indicated that work had to be done with those who took part in the dialogue, simply because the others put themselves aside. And finally, to return to the destabilization of the opposition, I can tell you that in Gabon it is an election, as it likes to say here, all the political camps that we see that have been weakened or not.
Comme aime à le dire ici, tous les camps politiques qu'on voit qui est affaibli ou qui ne l'est pas.
But how has the opposition reacted so far to this?
Well, up to now, officially, there has been no reaction from a large number of the Gabonese opposition.
Just last week, Jean Ping, who claims to have won last year's election, called for a protest. And were his calls heeded? Did we have his supporters come out?
Well, obviously, since the launch of the appeal of Jean Ping to the civil disobedience, there has not been a demonstration to disturb the normal course of activities, both in Libreville and within the country, except in Port-Gentil, where a dozen people marched a couple of miles. And in any case, the government has not yet complained about anything going in this direction.
En tout cas, le gouvernement ne s'est jusque-là pas plaint de quoi que ce soit allant dans ce sens.